Next thing we gotta do is 86, some pine trees behind this gal's house. Here's the situation out here. This little dead cluster, it's really kind of 2 stems at the base. This one has 3 and that one's got 2. And these 3 are gonna have to come out separately just because I can't really cut them down low. Anyway, details. I've got a rope over here to the maple just to keep things from going houseways, and try to put it down here. We got a little bit of space. I talked to her, she said it was cool if it came down in the grass and kind of dinged stuff up. She just wanted it done. I don't know, this guy is just a wee bit tricky. It's spindly and all, but I kind of need to get them both at once. If I start dropping them one by one, it's gonna suck. So I'm trying to tie them up together. All right, we got the spindly dudes tied up. Kind of the back one's tied up, and they're tied over here to the maple again. Not really the direction of my fall, but just the direction that I don't want them going. It's kind of like a safety line. I'm gonna try to put them over here again. Now look, if you don't have a trolley or a cart or something like this, you gotta get one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got 13 branches on there. 13 branches at once. Sure, it takes a little funky dragging, and with my design, I do sometimes use the strap just to make it easier, but oh, it's so good. Especially downhill. A little narrow gap on this one. So I completely underestimated this job when I bid it. I don't know what was going on, but I came back here, saw some trees. I was like, that'll be a quickie. It's not a quickie. It's pretty good size. I'm gonna try to put it in the same hole down in here. It's got 2 stems, but there's a little chance down there to notch it so they come together. All right, that's the last of them. That's kind of interesting. So, you know, people talk about included bark, but you can actually see it right here. The bark came all the way down inside those 2 stems and was still going into the stem. I think I've mainly been doing bigger jobs out here, like multi-day jobs, but I got some smaller stuff lined up. You know, some pruning this and taking out that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go do a pruning job. Like a little bit jealous of this guy's truck. Alright, those guys are pruned. I also did an old lilac. I've got like 2 chop and drop jobs lined up. First is a smallish, deadish ash in a driveway. And the guy said he wants me to just leave it, so I'm just gonna cut it down and leave it. So we're just getting that little tree and then a couple branches, right? Yeah, the dead stuff.
The dead stuff, yes.
Yeah. All right, getting up in there. Got a couple dead ones to take off this dude. Little maple. But mainly, we just gotta top this one. We got some lines over here. We got expectation. Oh, this stuff over here? Which one are you talking about?
Above you.
This guy? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So you park your car down here?
Yeah, usually park.
That chopper's done. I don't know if you quite realized it, but that job got a little funny. Basically I had to climb the second tree. I kind of wasn't planning on climbing because there was a little difference about different branches and stuff, but you know, that's just what happens. Anyway, it's done and I got paid, you know? It's nice. Alright, as a total generalization, there's this thing that happens when dudes, like guys, call you up to do tree work. Alright? And I'm sorry if this offends the dudes in the audience, but I see this a lot. So the dude, he calls you up and he's like, you know, come out, give an estimate or whatever, and you're looking at the trees and you're talking about it, and whatever it is, if it's like a pruning job or a big removal, he says, you know, I would do it myself, but you know, I don't have the right ladder, or I don't have the right saw, or you know, like my shoulder's acting up or something. It's just like this dude thing where the dude feels bad about hiring someone. All right, now I understand. All right, so that happens. So this next job is not like that. This next job is a guy, an older retired guy who would absolutely do it himself if he could. And in fact, he has cleared all kinds of these gigantic beeches, huge beech trees out from behind his property, and he ran into one that is just so skanked out and messy and just dangerous that he wasn't going to touch it. So this is a guy who would totally take this tree out if he could, but he thought it was a bad idea. So he called me, and I think it's still a bad idea, but I'm going to do it, and we're going to do it right, and it's a big old tree. So this guy's up this hill. It's kind of like a development, but at the top you get into the woods, and that's where all the beech trees are. All right, let me give you the setup out here. First, I packed the gear in, a big saw for the peg and the little big saw for up top, climbing stuff, slingshot. This is the beech. It's got a good lean to it and a twist at the same time, and that's the workshop that the dude likes. So he was clearing this area, and basically, you can't really see this, but if the beech comes down where it wants to come down, it hits the workshop square on. It's not super straightforward just because of this cavity. The beech has got like resident guests down here now. It's got some holding wood, but it's got a cavity. It's got this spirally twist. So here's my plan. Top's gonna come out first, and I'm gonna tie into the nearest biggest thing, and I'm gonna climb with a breakaway just so I can have a big swing if I need it and not ride this guy down. And it's kind of funky. You can see some of the other beeches out here all have the same kind of arc to them and a little bit of rotation, just kind of arced out. This guy, you get this crazy split and they're going two ways. So it's kind of wild. I mean, it's really cool, but it's also a little precarious. I guess I gotta use my big line for this. Which is my big line? Is this my big line? I think this is my big line. Getting on to the beach, and like I said, we got the breakaway on here just so we don't take too wild of a ride. That's a good sized tree. So my lifeline is this dude. It's going into another beach, and I'll show you that when I get up there. All right, that guy's down, and this dude is coming this way into this undergrowth. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I got some hinge wood out of it.
That's amazing.
About 6 inches all together on like a 24-inch trunk.
That's amazing.
But it hinged pretty good on these sides.
Oh my god. Oh.
And that twist was active. As I cut it, the twist started to split. It was starting to split. So it had this lateral pressure. So it was kind of trying to unravel itself, kind of like a spring.
Awesome.
Good call on the tree.
Pardon?
Good call. Good decision. Alright, that job's done. At the end of the job, we were kind of hanging out and talking about his trees or whatever, and he said, have you seen that YouTuber guy, Buck and Billy Ray? So he likes YouTube tree guys. I told him that his video was going to be up. So Jeff, comment down below if you see the video. And for the rest of you guys, it should be obvious to you now. Like, it should stand out like a sore thumb that this is not like a DIY kind of video. You know, it's not the video where I say this is the way you should do it. It's just how I did it, and I appreciate you swinging by and checking it out.